To say I went overboard on my Christmas decorations would be an understatement, and I can control it all from this. We have everything from music on our 3 Echo speakers, plus the lyrics showing up on our Fire TV, a number of different lights from different manufacturers, including some incredible lamps. Plus I have 2 Christmas trees, turn on my fireplace, and I even have a diffuser making the whole thing smell minty fresh. Hello Automators, thanks for tuning in again. I'm Brian from Automate Your Life, and today this entire video is meant as a demo and a showcase of what you can do with just a number of different smart products in your home. It's meant to be fun, and I hope you enjoy it. I brought everything together to do this all at once using Amazon and their smart home application. I do that using, you can see that red speaker back there, 3 different Echo speakers that I will show you as I walk through the space, but this allows me to package it all together. The flick button I showed you allows the routines to start inside of Amazon's application. A single click turns everything on like you saw it. A double click allows me to turn everything off, and there's a third function or a third routine. All of these are attached to their own separate routines, but if I hold that button, it turns on things, but it's a lot less Christmassy in here, so it's kind of more of a reasonable Christmas. The 3 Echo speakers I have are the 2 product red Echo 4th generation. You can see one there, and you can see one way over there in the corner. Plus I have an Echo Studio that is sitting here in the corner, and all of these are attached to my Fire TV Cube. You can see way over there. Now, the Fire TV Cube, when it plays music, you can see that it is showing the lyrics, and I love this fact. I'm using Amazon Music for that. Behind my TV, making the camera behave a little odd, are 2 Philips Hue play bars, and those are working in conjunction with my Philips Hue Go that's down here. All 3 of those, I created a scene inside of the Philips Hue application, and that turns on when I press the button. It's a dynamic scene, so you can see they're shifting through different colors together. Next to that Philips Hue Go light is my first Christmas tree. Now this Christmas tree has twinkly lights on it, and although I definitely don't have enough, and this is an older generation, this is a lot of fun, and it quickly comes on, connects to Amazon, and they have better and better versions today, plus a number of effects. So this is just a very basic effect. All of this is actually run off of my Nest Wi-Fi, which I continue to tell you guys is performing really well for me. I still think this is one of the best solutions. Now, as I go under here, I'm going to show you guys one thing about what I have done. Now, underneath this table, you can see the TWINKLY is plugged in to a dual power outlet. It's a smart power outlet, but I'm not really using that at this point. And you can see my Philips Hue Go is also plugged in. But that Philips Hue Go, you can actually take that for about 3 hours and place it on the table. It has a battery in it. The other Christmas tree is just a standard one that you would buy, and it has the lights on it already. Now what that means is I just got a standard plug. So of course I used a basic smart plug. Now this one is from a company called AEOTEC, and it's a very good power monitoring one, but you could use something simpler. This is attached to my SmartThings hub. Now I have other things attached to my SmartThings hub, including this INOVELLI bulb here in the kitchen, and those IKEA lights up there in the kitchen as well. Plus this INOVELLI bulb sitting up here. So you can just see I'm turning on certain ones to certain colors. It's all a scene. There's another light back there. It's just providing a little bit of ambience to the whole lighting effect sitting there. It's behind our big poof that we love to just lay on and goof around. So you know what, this just makes it a really cozy space. You know, that light is connected to Samsung SmartThings, and you could see there's a table lamp right beside it. That's a GOVEE table lamp. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And I have a video that shows you how to integrate these GOVEE lights with Samsung SmartThings, but this these on their own can just connect to Amazon's voice assistant and can just do a ton. The GOVEE Glide sitting here, I've just turned on a Christmas scene, and that's actually something I can pick in Amazon's routine. So this isn't like this is a difficult effect. And you can see that I did a little bit of wire management, which we'll talk about in a minute. So it's not a super easy install on that one, but it wasn't very difficult either. But over here earlier, I showed that product red speaker, and there is the GOVEE LYRA here, and you guys have seen this on the channel. It has that same Christmas scene turned on. There's a remote attached to it there, so if I wanted to change things, or I can always voice control. Now, you're seeing this little bear here. My intention was that he would be dancing, but he's pretty much useless at this point, so maybe don't look at him. This is the GOVEE Aura table lamp that you've already seen, and what it is showcasing is a feature that actually all three of those products have, and one of the reasons I really like GOVEE products for this kind of a thing. I've created a DIY effect. That's what it's called in the application, and it means I can literally draw in the effect that I would like to have, and I can move it in different directions. So you can see the red, the green, and I even included a little bit of blue, plus I'm rotating it. I can change all of that, and that can be done with the other lights. SWITCHBOT is a big component of this, and it creates movement in the space. Now here it is attached to this light switch, and that is how I'm turning on the fireplace sitting over there. Now I've turned it off because it gets way too hot in here. But that in its switch mode makes it really simple to turn on a fireplace. You could also use an IR controlling type of device in a lot of situations. But the other way I'm creating some movement is with my SWITCHBOT curtains. So you can see those up here. I wanted to open those up so that it wouldn't be so overwhelming just how much Christmas lighting I had in the space. And you can see that it definitely brightens up the space and allows me to live. Sitting above my kitchen table here is a number of smart lights. They're color smart bulbs from a company called TWERKING. These work with the Smart Life application. And honestly, the Smart Life application, you will find a lot of inexpensive products that you can use. Now, I've just created a scene with these three bulbs, and you can see they're kind of fun. The other thing that's a part of that is this diffuser from AEOTEC. And if you've ever watched the channel, then you've seen this thing a number of times. It's sitting here creating a nice minty effect because I've put a little bit of mint inside of this diffuser, and it turns on. Now, the Smart Life application, I've just created a scene and it turns on all those products. One of the last ones is this fun bulb from FEIT, and it's just sitting there rotating. That's the application I'm actually using. So you can see it going through the different effects, and honestly, this bulb is incredible. Now you can see I have some cable management to do right here. It doesn't look so great, and what I bought didn't work for cable management on this one. These things are an absolute lifesaver. So I bought this kind, which gives you multiple wraps if you need it. And this is one of the most useful ones right here. So what happens here is you clip that in, and now if you want to release it, you can release it like that. It has a sticky bottom, and these are all over the place, including on my GOVEE Glide. Now, there is a smaller version of those that I purchased as well. I didn't use these ones as much, and they just simply clip on like that, and then you have cables that can run through. I also think it makes sense to just try and stick with a couple of platforms and not go as crazy and diverse as I have. This is just kind of what happens when you do what I do for a living. But if you can stick to a couple, it'll be more reliable. Amazon really does make this easy with their routines feature. You won't find this same features with Google. And of course, you could do a lot of this with Samsung SmartThings and with Apple HomeKit as well. Plus, you can use a number of different triggers throughout those services. So you don't necessarily have to use a flick button. You can use something as simple as a word or a phrase. So I just plain old wanted to show you how silly I had gotten. How much my kid actually enjoyed it is beyond me. So that has been an exciting component for me, and I think for a lot of us, we want to do these kinds of things. So if you have questions about what I've done, you want to know more, you can go ahead, ask those questions down below. I answer every single one I can get to. On top of that, up on screen right now is a playlist of all of these different products. So if you want to know more about a specific one that you might want to add to your home or your setup this year, check out that playlist. Otherwise, thanks for watching today. And of course, don't hate, automate.